Justice with Judge Mablean will be life, because in everything we do, it involves the law.
You came to court to testify about what you heard, what you saw, and what you know.
She's fair.
I don't have a hearing problem. This ear works good. This one works even better.
She's firm.
I'm not responsible for that ticket, and I'm not going to pay for it.
Who says you're not going to pay for it? I make that decision, not you.
She's honest.
What you have to say?
All I have to
Nothing.
This is Justice with Judge Mablean. Mandy White is suing Sasha Tips in the amount of $800. Ms. White claims Ms. Tips sold her a potbelly pig under false pretenses. Ms. Tips claims she believed at the time the pig was a mini teacup piglet, and she had no knowledge of how large the animal would get.
In the matter of Mandy White versus Sasha Tips, Ms. White, you want Ms. Tips to reimburse you $800 that you paid her for what's referred to often as a miniature teacup piglet.
That's correct.
Okay, tell me about this piglet.
I found the ad for this piglet on Craigslist and was assured that it was shown even a certificate of authentication that it was a mini pig. And when I purchased it and brought it home, it continued to grow and grow and grow, and was informed by a vet that it's not a miniature pig at all.
Was it a miniature pig when you got it?
It was, yes, it was 6 pounds when I bought it, 1 month old.
So you purchased it at 6 pounds, and how old was it?
1 month.
And when you say I was shown something and assured that it was a mini pig, what were you shown and what gave you the assurance?
She had a certificate of authenticity that it was indeed a miniature pig. It showed the breeder, and it showed like the Miniature Pigs of America.
Do you have that certificate?
She has it.
I do, Your Honor.
Oh, she didn't give it to you once you bought it?
No, she did not.
Why wouldn't you keep it once you purchased it so you would have it in your possession?
I didn't expect to need to worry about it.
It's not a question of worrying about it. When you buy an animal that's authentic, or when you buy a piece of art that's authentic and they give you the certificate, the reason it's given to you so that later when you try to sell and for value, you have something to authenticate what you have and what you're in possession of. The American Mini Pig Association, this little piggy called Sparky, is recognized as a registered pet by the American Mini Pig Association. The pig has not been spayed or neutered. It is a mixed breed. It has the breeder's name, and I don't know what that told you because you don't know who Davy's pigs are, right?
Right.
Right, so, okay, so all it told you was it was a mini pig. And so when you realized or thought that you were buying a mini pig, what did you have in your mind? What did you know about mini pigs?
I mean, I have seen a lot of people with them. It's like a growing trend. I know that it can be a domesticated animal. Lots of people have them as pets. And I asked her a lot of questions about it, about the care and breeding. And she told me that it would not grow to be more than 20 pounds.
Is she a pig breeder?
No.
What'd you ask her? Okay, what'd you ask her? And what'd she tell you?
Okay, she gave me a feeding schedule, which I have in here.
Okay, so she gave you a feeding schedule. And what else did she tell you about the pig?
She told me that it would not grow to be more than 20 pounds, but that it would probably stay between 12 and 15. She showed me the certificate. She told me that it had been to the vet already and gotten its shots, and that all of that stuff was taken care of. And, I mean, that is, I suppose, the extent of the factual information. She told me
Did she tell you about feeding and what kind of food it ate or didn't eat?
Yes, I have.
Did she tell you about walking it or how much it slept or what, anything like that? What else did she tell you?
She told me it could be trained for a litter box or to go outside, that it was very similar to caring for a cat or dog, that they were like great companions. She told me she had it for a few weeks. She told me it was fun to hang out with, that it was just like a really easy pet to take care of, just like a cat or dog.
Okay, easy care like a cat or dog. And so, other than what she told you, what did you do to find out anything about this miniature pig?
Unfortunately, not a lot outside of the questions that I asked her, because she seemed to be very knowledgeable about it. And I
How you just say she's knowledgeable if you have no knowledge?
I mean,
and you don't know her?
I was asking her questions about it, and she knew all of the answers right away.
No,
and
she gave you answers. How'd you know if they were right?
Yes.
How'd you know if it was knowledgeable or not?
You're right, because they were not right. So I just thought that she was a trustworthy person, and she seemed like she knew about it.
You didn't know her. Why'd you think she was trustworthy? You got an ad on Craigslist, and you go meet somebody, and you start asking her a bunch of questions, and so you think she's trustworthy. How do you people judge trust?
I mean, I'm generally a pretty good judge of character. In this case, apparently I was wrong, but, you know, we're similar ages, similar personalities. We were together for a few hours when I was getting to know Sparky. I mean, I felt like I felt like she was a person I could trust. She didn't seem like she was lying.
Trust comes easy for you some people, I tell you. Okay, here's the feeding and the care. What do I feed my pig and how much did she give you this or you looked this up yourself?
She gave me that. When I took Sparky to the vet, that was at 3 months. She had grown to 45 pounds in 3 months after purchasing her. I took her to the vet. The vet examined her, said that she was not a miniature pig at all, and that even if she was, she would grow up to 100 pounds if she was being fed correctly.
And she told you to feed it on this schedule, you said, which was incorrect, so that it wouldn't grow to 100 pounds.
Yes, the veterinarian told me that if I fed her according to that schedule, she might be 35 to 40 pounds, but that she would be severely emaciated.
Miss Sasha Tips, you named the pig after you, huh? Sparky Tips?
Well, my boyfriend named the pig after me.
Oh, your
My
boyfriend gave
ex-boyfriend.
you the pig?
Mm-hmm. It was a
And
final...
what hill of beans did he feed you about the pig?
Well, the hill of beans he fed me was that this was a teacup pig, and when I got it, I could pick up this pig with my arms. It was 6 pounds when I sold it, and Mark, my ex-boyfriend Mark, he told me that this was indeed a teacup pig. He gave me the certificate.
So this certificate was passed to you from Mark, which doesn't say anything, but it's a teacup pig, which I could have, printed down on my computer.
He could have printed it out online.
Right.
But I really had no reason not to trust him. I mean, he was really trying to win me back. We were in the midst of a breakup, and he said, give me one last chance, I'm going to give you this pig.
What, he knew you liked pigs?
No, he's nuts. I don't know why he gave me the pig, but I was like, wow, he's really trying.
Coming up on Justice with Judge Mablean.
You mean he gave you a pig, you found a website that said this pig sells for $3,500, that's the value of this pig, and you sold it for $8,000? Just
yeah, I
because
was
you
giving
didn't want
someone
to
a bargain.
And later.
All right, so one of the parents had the music playing and the kids were doing the nay-nay and the twerk.
Right, and so I joined in, and that's when Ms. Kleinen freaked out.
Justice with Judge Mablean. If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Mandy White, who is suing Sasha Tips for $800.
So after you and Mark broke up, that's when you wanted to get rid of the pig?
Well, I thought the pig would grow on me, so I did keep it for a week and a half almost, but every time I saw the pig, I just thought of Mark. And I can't be thinking about
The pig reminded you of Mark?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, so you put it on Craigslist?
I put it on Craigslist because I saw the website that Mark originally found the pig on. And they were selling for $3,500.
Wow.
That is absurd. I am not selling Sparky for $3,500. I sold Sparky for $800 on Craigslist. And
you mean he gave you a pig, you found a website that said this pig sells for $3,500, that's the value of this pig, and you sold it for $8,000? Just because you didn't want to see
someone a bargain.
Huh?
I was giving someone a bargain.
You just wanted to get rid of it so you wouldn't have any memories of Mark. You didn't even want to make a profit.
I mean, the profit was a plus, but
You
I
didn't
really
care.
just needed to get rid of Mark.
Okay.
For
So
good.
was she the first buyer?
I got a couple calls, but Miss White was the only one that wanted to come to the apartment and actually meet Sparky.
And did you tell her all this stuff? You gave her all these papers, the
I gave her all the
certificate,
papers,
and
yeah.
what to feed the pig? Same
Yeah.
thing Mark gave you, huh?
Mark told me not to feed the pig too much because he said if you wanted to have the teacup pig stay mini, you couldn't feed it too much. And at that point, the pig was 6 pounds. Like, it has a small belly. It can't eat too much. So I gave the pig what the recommended serving was. And if she felt bad that the pig was hungry and the pig grew too big, I feel
So
that's
why
not
did
really
you
my
want to get rid of the
responsibility.
pig?
I live in a very small apartment. They don't allow pets over 35 pounds.
Oh.
So I could not.
And so you couldn't keep a pet over 35 pounds, so how big did the pig get to be?
By the time I found a new home for the pig, she was 45 pounds.
Oh, wow. So why do you think she owes you money?
Because in the same sentence, she just said she had no reason to think Mark wasn't trustworthy. And then she
She
said,
and Mark were boyfriend and girlfriend. They knew each other. They
But
had
then
a
she's-
relationship.
But then she says that he's nuts. And they broke up a week later. It
No,
doesn't
she
make-
said he was nuts, not because of the pig. She says that he's nuts.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Then that sounds like he has a track record of not being a trustworthy person. And I don't
So
understand.
that justifies you trusting her. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I think that it means that she manipulated me into
How did she manipulate you? She put an ad on Craigslist and said, I got a little piglet for sale. And she had a picture of the little piglet. And you went over there and saw the little piglet. And you thought it was a cute little piglet. And you bought it. So how did she manipulate you?
I believe that she sold me facts that were not true. I believe that she knew that that pig was not a real miniature pig.
How old are you?
What was that?
How old are you?
23.
What's your educational level?
I'm a student right now.
You use computers?
Yes.
You heard of the internet?
Yes.
You know that it allows you to do research?
Yes, but I knew that.
Don't know yes but me. Just let me finish. It allows you to do research.
Yes.
Did you do any research for yourself?
I mean, I knew.
Just answer my question.
I felt that the research.
Did you do any research for yourself, college student? Did you?
Not outside of asking her the questions.
That's not
I
research.
asked.
That's asking her questions. I said research. Did you?
No.
It's called buyers beware. When you buy something from anyone, you need to ask enough questions. You need to do your own research. You need to know the law in the area. You need to know what you can and can't do. You need to do your own homework. If you have a house that you're living in that only allows you to have an animal up to 35 pounds, who needs to know whether this animal is going to grow to more than 35 pounds? Who needs to know that?
I do.
Thank you very much. You, college student, learn something, all right? Stop following the fads. Don't get excited over things because it's the faddish thing to do. You need to figure out what you're doing and whether it's a good thing to do for you. Judgment for the defendant.
All rise.
Judge Mablean has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been denied.
You took my money in exchange for a mini pig, and I did not receive a mini pig. If you had a conscience, you would give me my money back.
On Craigslist, it's as is. Buyer beware.
Coming up.
Why you just couldn't tell the lady what you expect?
I thought she knew what I
How
wanted.
do you think she
I
knew?
thought she
What
knew
is-
because they were little kids. They were children.
Justice with Judge Mablean. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. Sue Beardley is suing Sarah Kleinen in the amount of $875. Ms. Beardley claims Ms. Kleinen failed to pay her after she performed at a children's summer picnic. Ms. Kleinen claims Ms. Beardley was dancing inappropriately in front of the children, and she shouldn't have to pay for the risque performance.
In the matter of Sue Beardley versus Sarah Kleinen, you're suing her for services rendered. You said she hired you to perform at a company picnic or community picnics.
A community picnic,
And
yes.
she didn't pay you for your services.
That's right.
So why didn't she pay you? What happened?
Well, I don't know. So I work as a performer. I perform at events all over the state of California. I've been doing this for years. I have a really good track record. Ms. Kleinen herself, she was referred to me by a friend.
What do you do as a performer?
I dress up in different costumes. I portray different characters. So some of them are like medieval, some are like princesses. For this event, it was a superhero. I have the costume here if you'd like
Who
to
was the
see it.
superhero?
I was.
I know you were a superhero.
Oh, sorry.
Which superhero?
It's my own special superhero.
Oh, okay. None that we're familiar with.
Right.
Okay, tell me about your special superhero. Pull it
So
out.
this is the costume. So I went to Ms. Kleinen's event in Carlsbad. It was a community picnic, 4 hours. So for about half an hour, I did face painting. Then we did about half an hour of balloon animals. Then we did about an hour of like running around games, taking pictures with me in the costume. And then it was time for the dance party. That was supposed to be the last 2 hours of the event. So I put on some music, and the guests at the party didn't really like my music. One of the parents said she had a better playlist. And,
Did not like your music.
Right.
Okay.
So that was fine with me. I wanted everyone there to have fun. So she put on her playlist, and the kids started dancing, you know, the way kids do these days. They were doing the nay-nay. They were doing some twerking. So I joined in.
That's where it went wrong right there when you did that.
Coming up.
Why you just couldn't tell the lady what you expect?
I thought she knew what I
How
wanted.
do you think she
I
knew?
thought she
What
knew
is-
because they were little kids. They were children.
Closed captioning provided by. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Sue Beardley, who is suing Sarah Kleinen for breach of contract.
All right, so one of the parents had the music playing and the kids were dancing, doing the nay-nay and the twerk.
Right, and so I joined in, and that's when Ms. Kleinen freaked out. She came running over, she started shooing people away, and she told me to just pack up my stuff and leave. I asked what the matter was, and she wouldn't give me any more information. She wouldn't give me any constructive criticism, what I could be doing better. She just freaked out and told me to leave.
But this is the last 2 hours or so?
Right.
Okay.
This was
but
around...
prior to that, you had done the face painting and the other games and,
right.
and the balloon animals and all the other little stuff.
Yeah.
All right, Ms. Kleinen, what's up? Why are you so angry?
Because when I talked to her, she was very beautiful. She had a respectful attitude and everything, and I really liked her because she was recommended by a best friend of mine. So that's why I hired her. But the thing was, she came there and she started, you know, when the music was going and everything, and she came there and the music was going, the kids were dancing and everything, and the next thing I know, I looked over there, she was twerking. So that's why she was twerking. No, she was twerking.
Why, when you had a meeting with her before you hired her, why didn't you tell her all the things that you wanted and didn't want?
Because I was
and what you liked? You know, I'm having an event and I got people coming and I have people coming to present, and I've said, you know, make sure that your dresses are not down to your navel. I don't want to see all your breasts. Make sure that your skirt is not a mini skirt. I mean, I just tell her the parameters, what I want. Why you just couldn't tell the lady what you expect?
I thought she knew what I
How
wanted.
do you think she knew?
What is because they were little kids. They were children.
Did you tell her what age group?
I told her what age group. I said they were little elementary children.
So
That's
what was
I told
the
her.
age group? 6 to 12?
6 to 12, something like that, yeah.
Something like that.
Something,
So
I say 6 to
yourself.
12. I say 6 to 12. I would say that. Right.
Why would you say that? Wasn't it your part?
Judge Mablean's verdict when Justice with Judge Mablean returns. Promotional consideration provided by... You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean.
So you didn't pay the woman her money just because of that?
Exactly.
What about all the
so
other stuff she had done?
What other stuff?
The balloon
The
animals,
face painting,
That
the
did,
balloons.
when she did that, I
Setting up
said,
the
no, I don't
tent,
care about all the other stuff.
driving to
I didn't care about that.
Oh, you're wrong.
You know, I really,
you can't do that.
I didn't do that.
You
I didn't
just
care about
can't not
that.
pay the woman anything, and she'd been there almost 4 hours, and she doesn't get paid anything. She's entitled to the reasonable value of the services that she had rendered. Now, when you cut her off from the dance and she didn't render that service, perhaps you can subtract that, but she's entitled to the reasonable value of services rendered. She'd been there with all those little kids all those hours, and she doesn't get paid anything. You sound like a crazy person. The fact that she showed up for all those, you know, to be with children and to play with and entertain them while you adults entertain yourselves. That's why you hired her. So she can entertain them, and you can go on and do what adults wanted to do and talk the way adults wanted to talk. And she doesn't get compensated for anything? No. Girl, you've been drinking. Judgment for the plaintiff, I think it was $200 an hour was your fee?
And $75 for setting up the tent.
Okay, so judgment for the plaintiff, I'm only going to subtract $200. So judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $675.
Judge Mablean has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $675.
Ms. Kleinen, I really just wanted to help the kids have a good time. I hope you're not still offended because I really never meant any harm.
Okay. You did do well with the kids from the beginning, but the next time, leave the twerking at home.
Okay.
This has been a production of Entertainment.